So one of the frustrating things I have run into with Open Broadcaster is this. At some point, I don't know if it's the computer or it's OBS. At some point, I'll get a black screen, and after that, all you'll see my cursor moving, and but you won't see the video changing. So it's very frustrating, and I have Google searched the heck out of it. If anybody can help me with this, figure it out, I might even pay you a nominal fee. But I think I'm back now. So I'll continue. And where I was trying to figure out this situation here, this little funky, this comes over, and then there's a break in this, and then there's a hallway, and I've got all these construction lines I need to get rid of. And so, I just need to keep an eye on my phone. I've got it to where I can see the comments, and I'll try to keep an eye on it to make sure that it's still working. Yeah, okay, good. A little scary. I thought it wasn't working there again. But okay, so what I'm trying to figure out here is now kind of how, like, this wall does seem to line up with, give me a line, a construction line here. Yeah, the kitchen does line up with that, so I can bring a wall down this way just for now, and we'll just pretend that this is 90 degrees for now. Does that line up with the, yeah, that would be as if that wall were 4.5 inches that way. So, and I know the kitchen is angled right here, but for now I'm just going to show it as if this is a 90-degree corner until I figure out otherwise. I'm just kind of inching my way towards something here. And this is a cased opening. Looks like like a cased opening right there. But for now, we're going to show the hall just going through for now. Now, I know this hallway probably ought to be about 4 feet. Lost all my construction lines. Let's see. Well, they've got it about 3'6". So, but to get this, yeah, 42 inches is the smallest you can get that door framing in there. So we're going to come over here for now and say it's 42. And we've got a wall, we've got a stair. We're just going to project this wall. For now, we're just going to project it to here until we can get some more sense going on here. Make some more sense out of all this, because I know this will. I know we're gonna have a break in here. So what I'm trying to do is get to where I can draw this little corner right here. Yeah, like that. There we go. Get some of this out of the way. Start to make that separation right there. And so we've got to work this out, and this is a product. This little wall ends where all this mess ends. So we know this is 11 feet 5 by 11 foot 3. 11 feet 5 is probably this direction. And I lost some space here. Because this stair is going to be at least 3'6". Let's make this a group. Let's make this whole thing a group, and then we can copy this over here and kind of see where yeah, I kind of figured it was there. My entryway's gotten, well, I think the length of the house got longer, but I made it longer in this direction. Might need to bring all this back down this way a foot. Let's see what would happen if we did that, if we made all this a group. Oops, I gotta explode that group. I have a feeling what I'm gonna have to do is let's see, I'll put myself a reference line here first. 12 doesn't seem to be a lot, does it? Maybe just 2 feet, another 12 inches. Just for the fun of it, let's try 2 feet. And then, so then we can make this and this a group. And I can slide this down. I guess since that was connected, I had to, it made a copy of it. I really want to keep my construction line there. No, I'll just put it back. So yeah, that's going to probably have to do that to get this to work. try this out. So Johnny, when you get this, you might say, no, don't do that, but I'm going to try this first, and then we're doing something, even if it's wrong. Gotta keep moving, keep going forward here. But what that'll allow me to do now is have more space. And I feel like I need to move this back up. I feel like this wall I could get by. I feel like I got this. Move that over to there. I'm sorry if I'm doing a lot of talking to myself. And I came over, what is this, 36 feet? Yeah. I brought that over to 36 feet. That brings that back to 4'1". And it makes it a little more of a, it gives you a little more of a return here for your door to lean against. So in that case, if I made all of this in the group, some of this is just trial and error with this this. Get everything. I have a comment. I should be doing my CAD work right now too. Well, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be disciplined sometime with this stuff. Let's see, if I do that, yeah, that's okay, because I can, what does that do for me? What I'm trying to do is get this triangle so it's not so big on here. So I think that's probably going to split the difference as far as where this, let me explode this now. I think this is going to split the difference as far as that little booger. Where the size of this little triangle you'll see in a minute, and the size of this little triangle. I got a bunch of little boogers here I gotta dig out. And so this would be, bring this down. Then we would put our angle right there, 4.5. That kind of makes sense, because that makes these little triangles more. I had a real big one. It's gonna be kind of a waste of space over here, and this is kind of a dead corner anyway with that door coming in. And so that gives us that, and yeah, this is all going to kind of work out. Let's see if I need to bring this. I need to take that back over there, don't I? 0.5, and then this goes up to here somewhere. I don't think quite all the way to there, so snap on me there. There we go. Let's just try this. Let's get this little hard part worked out here. So if it was 11'5", which you can do, I mean, you can do a little study in 10 feet, so let's just make 11'5" at first and see what happens. And then that ends up where the little triangles, let's see, that's only, oops, that's only 8'5". Dadgummit, why do I keep ending up? This is only supposed to be, this is what's going on. This is only supposed to be 28 feet. I keep making this wall, I keep putting this wall in the wrong spot. So that makes that more like, let me just find out where. Yeah, that's more like it. But I could probably give some of that back. This shows these lining up, but they're not lining up for me, so 11'5", and then they're gonna have this bathroom in here. (11'3). What's that? In this bathroom, you need at least, let me count it out here. You need at least 3 feet for vanity. You're gonna have at least 32 inches for the toilet. You can get by with 30, but I like to start off with 32, and then you need at least 34 inches. We're going to call it 36 for the what's my, yeah, I like 8'6" is my minimum on that, so let's start off with that. That gives us that 2 inches back. .5. And then if we see, we can go back to something bigger. We can. Is that where that ends? No, there's a little closet there. Yeah, what it does is it comes over like this and then goes like that. I stopped too early, didn't I? Then we can finally chop that corner off. Oops. Is that my, yeah, that was my bathroom wall. How long was that? 7'8"? Okay, good. Was that long enough for a bathtub? Yeah. So then what it did is it that's a tight little bathroom in there, I can tell you that. That's what I would do, is just leave. Let's see if it's got, I think what they're trying to do is create a little bump here, which I don't think you need. If it's 6, I know that this is, again, going back to architecture, and then 5 feet for the tub. Is that, what have they got going on there? They've got that, okay, then they've got this closet, or like a shelving open, says seat and coats. Seat and coats, okay, I get it. So that means maybe we don't want that little bump. Let's just pretend like it's a normal bathroom and not a frou-frou architecture bathroom. Oops. 4.5. Funky, funky, funky. This is under the stair, so you got to get up. Well, that's one way to enter it. That'll be a funky little, probably lower than 8. If you're lucky, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're gonna have about a 7-foot seat, a little bit of 7'6" maybe, over that little under the stair right here to get into here, which is kind of cute, you know. But I guess this is mainly it's a little powder room for guests, and then the study. I don't know if it was me. This study's kind of small. I'd block that off, because I mean, you know, you're not lazy enough to walk around and but you're gonna have your desks. I've built these studies before where people just had enough room for their desk and their filing cabinet in there and their computers and stuff, so gotta be careful not to. But in any event, I gotta kind of figure this out right quick. This is showing this going across like this. Let's just make it funky for funky's sake. Funky for funky's sake. This is going to be funky. Is that going to be deep enough for a... Yeah. Yeah, it sure is. So if I take this, go over a little bit, who knows, the framer is just going to have a little fun right in here. I'll just have to take some liberties. So that's gone. Oops. And we're just going to show this as a mess, which is what it is. And then we go a little ways. What is that, 3 feet? Now some of this is going to have to do with how far the steps are coming back, but we'll start off with 3 feet, and let's just bring that to there first, and we're just going to show this as a little opening for now. And then what happens, where does this wall, this goes, just come across here, and then she's funky. So that's our bathroom, closet, and then we got, what is this going on here? We got some extra stuff going on. Oh, I see, I forgot about my stairs. So how much am I gonna have? Yeah. If I make my stair 3 feet 6. I got some extra stuff going on in here. Be nice to make that stair 4 feet wide, wouldn't it? That would be nice. What is all this other mess? Okay, so we got to have a little hallway coming into our bathroom. So this has to be like this. I think what happened is they got there. Do I have a message from? I almost freaked out and thought, what? Almost freaked out and thought I was waiting for an appointment because I looked at your clock and your screen and realized I was yeah, it's 12:20 here. So I'm talking, I got the owner on the, which has worked out pretty good. This is the first time I've used the phone to monitor that, which works out better, so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. I think the thing is here is that they have got they've got their bathroom more over to here, but you need enough room. You need a little wall here, like, well, it looks like this has got to be 36. Yeah, this is going to have to be adjusted a little bit. Let's just say I came over 10 inches to get that back, where there's a little wall nub there, and then I went this way, 4.5, and then I gave myself a little 3-foot haul here, 36, and then I gave myself another 4.5. I need this to get over big as this closet. Yeah, I don't need that. Then I can get this back to 36 here, and then 4.5. Yeah, I can do that. And it's just going to be a little funky again. But funky apparently is the way this works. here. Oops, I didn't mean to delete that. That'll come down to there. And we'll do here. And it's just kind of fun showing all this the way you think it might be. So I have to admit it's a little challenging but fun. Get rid of all this junk. Gotta be careful of dragging that eraser around. Delete everything. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, it only gives you, it's kind of weird though, because this means that wall kind of pokes out there by itself, and then this one comes back to here to give you that little hallway to the bathroom, and then this goes like that and like that. That all goes away. This goes away, that goes away, that goes away. Then you'll have your door here. I'm going to wait to put the doors in until I want all these walls to be able to raise. That's a test. When you can grab your walls all at the same time and raise them up, that means you've got something going right there. So that's your little hallway coming in, and then the stair. What was I deleted my stair line, didn't I? I said I wanted it like, what if I made it right there, 4.5, and then that's the little closet. Really, the stair can be, you can get by with 48 inches, so maybe we shouldn't waste any room there. I top 47. I did, didn't I? Am I stuck again? No. So that means this wall will come across here. Where it goes for now, I don't know. I'm going to just bring it out here and clean this up. I think basically what it amounts to is that's what I meant to do. Because then you'll have that little closet under the stair, and then what does that do? That just goes down and makes a little, okay, so I get it. The door for the, that makes sense. The door is actually in this part. What does that mean? That means it does that. That means this comes down. And then is that right? That doesn't seem right. Because that's saying that the stair stops there. I don't think the stair can stop there. The stair has to keep going. let's just say if we had 6 inches here, and then we had a, what size door? Is that a 5-foot door? Yeah. We need this. Oh wait. This has to go back over 4.5 more inches. Yeah, we need this. So our only weird spaces are that's kind of funky. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, how many treads can we get to here? It's only 9 feet, so that's 108. So that's 10. That's 11. Well, I'll be able to make it. Well, I drew the wall in the wrong place, didn't I? I meant this is supposed to be out here. Yeah. This is supposed to be out here. I'll have to do a stair section to see if this is going to work or not. And this goes like that. That's it. Kinda. I mean, this would require, I mean, if this is this would have to be a 4-foot door. Coming in here, which I've seen before, like this. Kind of broke my rule, didn't I? I wasn't going to show doors yet, but just for the fun of it, we'll show this one. And this is a little funky. It may be that this comes back. Maybe this just gets cut off here and the stair just continues down. I don't know. And then this is a closet. And you could use these dead spaces for something. Shafts or chases or... That's a closet. That's a closet. So, you know, this would be... You'd probably get a 2-foot door easy in there. What did I do? Must be 12. You could probably get 2'4" door in there. Like that. Probably a little bit bigger depending on how you wanted to do your shelves. And then I don't know how you're going to do this door. Oh, they're showing it. Oh, they're showing this actually. They're actually showing it, which makes sense now that I'm looking at it. This is actually comes across here. That makes more sense. And then this would come across like that. And this would do that. And that would all come out. Like that. I mean, you could, this is going to require some just finagling. Right, they're showing it like that, yeah. So this wouldn't necessarily line up with the, it doesn't have to. Get rid of that right quick. With that stair wall. That. Yeah, it could be offset like that. No law, it says it has to line up. Or you could just, depending on how you want this to look, we'll have to detail that part there. That was funky little stuff there. Now, depending on where this depending on where your cut line is on your section, this would look like this. This would start to go down and start to look like a stair. So let's just say you had from here 108. Let's see, plus, I have a feeling the stair, yeah, you're going to have at least, depending on whether this little ceiling in here is sloped or not, you're going to have another, 40, maybe 40 inches here, where the stair, it comes across and it goes back, so you'd have, well, you can't have too much of the stair sticking out there, can you? Let's cut off one of those, one of those treads. And again, this will have to be, I need to do a stair section. I need to raise the walls up and do a stair section through this part of the house. But in any event, you would have your handrail here, which would come in like an inch. Then it would be like 2.5, 2.5. Then you'd come down here and you'd have a newel post, 6 inches or something square. It just depends on how you want to show it. Probably not that big. 5. Yeah, something like that. So none of this is going to be shown perfectly right now. I'm just kind of to represent. Represent, man. And then you just start taking your something like that. Again, this is just kind of two-dimensional now. This will be when I get the walls raised up and I'll redrawing this stair in actual 3 dimensions. So this is just a representation of it right now. So I don't know, hopefully we can get this down to where it's just maybe one. Let's do that. Let's show it. It would be if it's just one tread sticking out past the wall there. And then the rest of the stair. Let's see, you start getting up here. Sorry, I lost my. Am I still transmitting? Did I lose my live stream? No, I guess I didn't. Sorry. I looked over at my phone and somehow I had messed that up. But let's say we go to here and we're still, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know, 13 times 7 is what, 91 inches minus your, you're, by the time you get to this hallway, you need to be up to about over 7 feet. So this will have to be worked out in the details. Now, see my phone. What is going on with my phone? For some reason, I can't see. My phone keeps jumping off the live stream. It's weird. Okay, I guess I should just ignore that for now. Sorry. But you can see what I'm dealing with here. I'm trying to, this is the funkiest part of the house, and it's going to require the most detail. I've also got this cased opening thing going on here, so this is going to be interesting right here. And when we get to 3 dimensions, it will all become clear. What time is it? 12:40. I'll probably have to cut this off at 1 o'clock and eat lunch. All I've got right now is my Starbucks tea for breakfast. Unsweet, by the way. I'm still on my diet. I learned to drink unsweet tea many years ago, which was a blessing. So what are we up to now? Okay, so it looks like this dining room or this bedroom wall comes all the way up and meets. Yeah, it comes all the way up and meets somewhere 4.5. It's a little exhausting because, again, I'm trying to build this thing 3-dimensionally in my head as I go along. I keep wanting to go back and put doors in, but I'm breaking my rule, so I need to keep focused here. So this is a product of this bedroom length plus this closet plus this little area here. So let's start from here and go up. I'm going to say this needs to be at least 12 feet. I would like it, if it was mine, it says 11, but I'm going to make it 12 feet, just cause. And then we'll go 4.5. And then, let's see, this is going to be 3 feet because there's a turlet. That's why that closet is deeper than a normal bedroom closet. that turret is going to make it 3 feet, and then 4.5 inches, and it looks like they do bring that wall down, so we can do that. Is that our, yeah, that's our end point for that. And then this goes, that closet wall goes, oh wait, no, this is the door, this is the bedroom door wall. Yeah. So then this goes, yeah, the closet wall goes across all the way to here, like this. Hey, I feel like I'm finally making progress. This is one of those, not difficult, just has lots of detail. And then that continues, and let's start from the other direction now. 12 foot. Yeah, so this needs to be at least 12 feet this way, and 4.5. And that is, yeah, almost lines up with that. Good. So that wall goes all the way across. That makes sense. Now something tells me, I know I figured this out at one point. So unless I made my bedroom the wrong size, which I'm pretty sure I assumed it was going to be 12 feet. Where does that stop? Now something, because I was thinking earlier we said this lined up with that. I'm just going to chop this off right here for now to give myself a little reference point. Chop this off right there, and then that'll just show me that that is lining up with that wall. And then let's get this all worked out in here. What that was 4 feet, 5 feet, 4 feet. Let's see if that's what I have. No, it doesn't look like it, does it? 4 feet. Nope, what did I do wrong? Oh. Yeah, okay, that's the tub. So that is, yeah. That's 5 feet. Yeah, I just missed that a little bit. This needs to be moved up to there. There, and then, yeah, the 4 feet's on the other side of it. This should be close to 4 feet now, right here. 5'2". Does that go straight up? Yep. Let's see what's going on here. It looks like we might be able to spread some room out here. So if we just worked basically what does this do? Is this my This is my toilet right here, right? What is that? 2'10". That doesn't line up with that, but it could. I don't see why it couldn't. Again, you're gonna have to come up. We're gonna have to come up with some logic here. Let's see, our floor, our joist above, ceiling joist, ceiling joist, ceiling joist. Stop. This will have to have, you know. Okay, I guess you could go from there to there. You're gonna drive your framing contractor crazy if we don't come up with some. It'd be nice if this lined up with that. I don't see why it couldn't. Let's just try it and see what happens. It's a little over. It's a little over though, isn't it? What would we need? We need 2 feet and then a door, and then these doors, 30-inch doors. Let's see what that would do if we just worked out the math. We need 25 inches for our countertop. We need 3 inches for trim. We're going to need, if those are are they 30-inch doors? 2'6", and then 4.5, and 4.5. What does that do? Let's see how that works out. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. And then, yeah, because then you need your door. Here you're going to have 34 inches. Oh wait, we gotta go back to our tub. I was wondering why that seemed like it wasn't as far. We got to do our tub, not the counter, not the tops. So let's do our tub. We're going to have 34 inches for that, because typical tub is 32. That type of tub is 30. You can even get them 30, but you'd probably want 34, and then you'd want 3 inches for your trim. And that, when I say 3 inches, you really have more like 4 inches, but that would be like the minimum. Plus, I'm going. I'll go 2'8" for the rough opening. And then I'll give myself 4.5, and then that'll be the wall. Let's see how that works out. So that gives us, yeah, that's that little offset looking area right there. That's more like it. Let's try that. That makes more sense. Does that line up with? And your toilet looks like they've got just enough room for the toilet to sit back in there. So really, this comes out to there, but it doesn't go all the way down. And then what they've got is probably 30 inches here. Yeah, and then 4.5 is your wall. That gives you a 5'7" closet. It's pretty big. Nice little closet for that bedroom. Get rid of some of these faces. go 5 feet from here. And yeah, 4.5. And that gives you your little vanity room. It's only 3'7". I think what happened was this needs to be 48, and then this all needs to slide down. More towards this way. Well, it can't though, can it? This is 12 foot, yeah, can't slide that down. Well, this will be another point of discussion right here. After I get all the walls drawn, I'll raise those walls up and we will see how that works out. Now this is like a cased opening, and then the door, and that's why, yeah, that's why I was getting a little confused. So there's a little place here for a desk. It shows 6'11" in there. What is that? What have I got? 5'7". That's not a lot of room. It's not. Something's funky. This whole little area right here may need to be expanded north and south. In other words, I may have to make this 8 feet. Made this 8 feet. That would bring let's just do one thing at a time. That would bring that to there, and then this could be oops, 5'2". That's what they had. What does that give me? Aha, now we're getting somewhere. This was 48 inches. Now we're getting somewhere. Just have to kind of finagle this stuff. So that means this whole little thing plus this thing can move down to here, and that gives this thing, yeah. Now that's back to where it's supposed to have like a little 3 foot return here, and then a desk would be, yeah, let's just give it 3 feet this way, or let's split the difference. Let's say this is 3'6". Yeah. And that stopped there. It's starting to look more like it. And then you come over here and you got your 4.5. Am I still broadcasting? Somebody's speaking Jewish. Somebody's speaking Hebrew in the, and then that would be, let's just give this the proper amount of room. Oops, it ain't gonna work, is it? Oh wait, yeah, this is gonna be 32. It's a bedroom door, not a, and then 4.5, and then 4.5. How far is that supposed to go out? Okay, it comes out until it meets the fireplace. Now I know what that is. That's going to be 2 feet from here. If you which I would recommend using the firebox with the metal flue, and then it just goes till it meets that. So I'm going to bring this 45 degree, oops, all the way back up. I'm just going to put it right here for now. What is our thing? It's just not, fireplace is not centered, is it? Or is it? .6. Kinda is. So I guess it is centered depending on where center is. So let's say center is based on that. What would that be? 19. Let's just draw us a line across here. And we'll go to the center of it. Simple. And then if we went 24 inches this way, and then we had this like that, it needs to be a big enough closet to put a 3-foot door in. See what that looks like. To delete that. I mean, so I'm going to put my doors in, didn't I? Well, we're getting close. What time did I start? 9 o'clock. I started, no, 9:30. 4 hours, so we're pretty good so far. Let's see. We're still broadcasting. Okay. So I feel like I've gotten a pretty good, let's see. Okay, the kitchen. Really all I gotta do is work out this. The dining room is kind of just some post and beam type stuff going on. Looks like they've got those like 6 or 8 inch. I'm gonna just show them square at first. What's weird is, yeah, okay, that's gonna work out okay, because this gets chopped off at a 45. Let me see if I can just work out this. Just line up that way, just to something to work with here, and then I think for the next time I do this, I'm going to print this out so I can just look at it instead of. It looks to me like this line, they want you to be able to kind of line up this door, and then you got this pantry. So, which is just based on 2 foot, 2 foot. See if we go 48, and then that's not very big, is it? No, it's not going to be big enough. 20. We're going to need at least 26-inch corners. So if that's our countertop, you're going to need oh, I did that. Yeah, I've already done the 26. That would be our pantry. Tentative pantry. And does that look like it comes out about the same? Yeah. And then we've got just a 4 foot there. Maybe. Yeah, that's funny. That lines up right with that. So if I started my you said you wanted a little 4.5 inch flat spot there before you started your or is that going to put that out? Well, you'd want it to be like this. And then deep concentration here, not looking at the comments. Do they have mandatory residential sprinklers back where you live? Only on 3-story houses in Tennessee. I guess it's, well, we have international building codes now, so depending on what municipalities are you only have to, in residential, until you get to a 3-story. If you just have a 2-story home, you don't have to have sprinklers. That's the typical answer. What size door is this going to be? 3 feet, so you need about 4 feet there. Let's see what that does. All this little funky mess going on here. Let's see. Wait a minute, that's not right. Because you have a door in there. So that outer thing lines up. The outer thing is what our door is going to be in. This is our, this is our door right here. Coming out. Is that 45? Yep. So is that enough room? So really all this stuff slides down. What are they showing it? Yeah, they're showing a little nub, which makes sense. You really need that. You need to have like 4.5, then 36 and 4.5. Yep. So this, just get rid of some of this geometry, some of these lines, so I can see what the heck is going on here. This, on this one, what have I got this? 4 feet. Something is not symmetrical. If I just brought this really needs to be more like 6, because that's what I'm missing here. 6. I'm getting into too much detail right now. I'm just trying to figure out why I feel like I don't have 45-degree angles for some reason. Is this not 45? Yeah, 45. I think I've been staring at it too long, getting snowblind. In any event, this goes up, and you still, yes, you can have another couple of feet of counter. Somehow this, it's not centered. Oh well, I'll get that detail worked out there. I think for now I'm just going to show this all as kind of one blobby wall like they do, just to, so that when I raise my walls up it won't be too weird. So then I would say this is at least 24 at least. What have they got, 3 feet? Yeah, they've got another foot there. And then we want to kind of end up where this, like the center of that eating area is sort of in the middle. That. Is that the dishwasher? Yeah, so that would be 2 feet 2. Let's see. So I went 3 feet and then another 2 feet. And then at 25 or 24. Yeah, I just figured out what's wrong. I think this needs to come out. This needs to come out at least. To there. Yeah, and that puts it more in line with that. that ain't going to come out far enough for the countertop. And then I'll just have to adjust this. So that's countertop, countertop. Probably got to just go ahead and draw the countertop for now, and then delete it after I get my walls in there, because now I gotta go here. Okay. In my first video this morning, I had a conversation. I told the guy started kind of debating with me about insulation, and I thought, I didn't mean to get ugly with him, but I just told him I wasn't going to debate him because it's such a almost political kind of thing, and because I was talking about, you know, insulation versus glazing and all this stuff, and if you've got this, the owner wants this whole back wall, you know, glass basically, so your glass is where you lose your insulation values, and there's no reason to spray foam walls if you got little, here you go, if these little chunks were spray foam, you're basically paying for nothing there, you know, because your glass is where you lose all your energy. So anyway, now this little part is going to have to be at least, that sinks like 32, so 36, 38, probably 4 feet itself at an angle. So let's see, what did I come up with? I came out 3 feet, and I came out 2, so that's 5. So this angle right here this part needs to be at least probably 4 feet. 48. Somehow my kitchen's not getting up the hill as far as theirs. And then 25. What's this do? Oh, this wall stops. What does it do? Then the counter, yeah, okay, it stops in the, so this first 3 feet is where the wall stops. And then the countertop notches around it and becomes and this is where you get your, usually anywhere from 12 to 16, we'll call it 12 for now, that little area, gotta have at least, really need at least 12 inches at a minimum, just to put a plate on it. It looks like my, yeah, okay, so we would need, okay, here, yeah, we need circulation here, so I'm going to say this needs to be at least 3 feet, 36 inches. Yes, I gotta cut that back. And then this goes, that's your counter, your eating thing, and it comes down to here and does that. Like that. That's pretty close, but it looks to me like my kitchen is small. I need to extend this to where they've got it to where the halfway point of this, what my axis here is right there. So that gives you basically, after you put your countertop in there, 25. Got that close on it. Dang faces. That basically gives you 12 feet 5, which is a pretty good bit of space for a kitchen. It's pretty big. Is it got an island in it? Oh yeah, it does have an island. So again, if you had your, in here you really kind of want minimum of 36, you know, 36, you really want kind of like 4 feet here because of these angles. And then if you went 36, is that, yeah, 36. So you could go, how long is that? Yeah, so you could give yourself another 6 inches here and then move this over to there and then move this back 36 inches. And that would be your, that could be your island up there. That kind of gives you all your minimums around your, I think that's a 5 foot, is that a 5 foot island? Yeah, not too snabby. Because this right here you want to be, yeah, at least 3 feet at an angle. That's why I brought this out 4 feet. Because I knew it would be less right here. And you could probably split this, you know, you could probably raise this up an inch or so. This is some stuff you can finagle when you start getting serious about details. I guess I better, what I can do, I can draw my countertops. I can make this, make all that stuff a group so it won't raise up when I do my walls. I'll raise them up. So that means then I'll just make the kitchen a group. So that means that, let's see, that is all a group. There. Not bad. Getting there. Let's see what happens over here. What do we end up with right here? 4 feet, not bad. Not bad at all. So the dining room is really the last thing, and they want it to be 14 feet long, but we want it to line up. Do we got a line somewhere? Let's get one over here. Yeah, they've got it lined up so that, because I'm pretty sure somewhere in here you're going to have a place either built into the floor, beams, you know, girders for your joist. And this is a long span, see? You're talking 20 feet, you're talking 16-inch wood eye joist at 16 inches on center to span that far. So all this really needs to line up through here, so you'll have a place to set your structure. Let's see where I am. Do they have mandatory? Oh, it's still the same question. So I remember what this little thing, this is like a little corner angle with posts and stuff. Let's just bring us out a reference point here, and let's call them 8. Let's call it just 8 inches for now. That's kind of big, but what was this? Yeah, it's about where he wanted it. that's a 45, so I can bring this across. This needs to be, yeah. It's going to be slightly arbitrary here. If you made this 12, this beam thing 12 inches wide, and you centered 12 inches on this, got rid of that, put that line. And 12 inches may be a bit wide for that. And again, this is on the ceiling, so you know, we're just kind of drawing they do have it coming out towards the door. Let's see, where's our door? Our door is going to be in the center of this. I remember giving this a little more room, so it's probably a good thing I did. So, I mean, your minimum door is going to be 18. Probably have, you know, even some glass on the side of that probably. So that looks kind of wimpy. So, but if we came over 12, oh, we're still not in the way of the door, even if he has glass on the side of the door. So let's just show the main part of the door first. And then this one thing that SketchUp does not do very well is show dash lines. You know, it's not like AutoCAD. They don't. Uh-oh. There's a black screen. Is that the black screen of death? Check it again in a second here. But so these lines I'm drawing are really on the ceiling. It's really a furred down. Well, no, that's right. It was. That's right. It was a thing on the floor too. Yeah, that's true. It was. So that kind of tells us. So we're going to come out a foot. Let's just draw it for now. Let's just show it as there. We'll come out 24 inches this way. I'm not gonna show this. What I'll do, I'll make a group out of this too, because I don't want this raising up with my walls either. And then I probably should, yeah, this will go up like that. Then you have something like this. That kind of makes your dining room. And then what it did was kind of mimicked that. This was should have been come over another 12, shouldn't it? Because that's kind of the base. Your post will be sitting on top of that or in that. So you'd have a post, and then it had a thickened, then it had this, which I think is part of the wall. So we would show that going up. And then this comes over here. And again, if it was AutoCAD, I could show dash lines for like a cased opening. I'll have to work that out. I'll have to do it. You have to do it in a program called Layout, which is where you do your sort of construction document work with like that. Okay, so I think, oh, let me make this a group too. And that will keep it from raising up. It'll separate. Well, making a group separates the geometry. Now this geometry is not stuck to that geometry, and that's why I did the kitchen. So when I start raising these walls up, so just for the fun of it, let's see how much of these walls we can get. I've noticed that sometimes you'll have to like isolate these walls. Like I'm probably going to have to isolate this end of the house and get them to raise up. Let's just see if we can isolate this much. And because I noticed that I don't have, somewhere I've got an open line. And what you have to do is you just kind of have to, like I can assume this, like let's just test this. Let's see if I can close that, close that, close that, close this. There we go. Now, sometimes if you get enough of them closed, now see, for some reason I've got a problem. Uh-oh, that's a bad sign. So what I just did was not a good idea. I mean, as far as drawing the, okay, so this is not supposed to be, that is not supposed to be that way. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes this drives me nuts about SketchUp, how you think you've got stuff coplanar and then somehow you don't. And that's what it is. I don't know. But what I may have to do is take a break. Well, I wanted to show you raising up these walls before I quit. Am I still broadcasting? Yep. Let me just show you. Let me just try to make this simple. Let's draw that across and see if we can get these to raise up just on this end. See, I'm mad because, well, that's gonna, if I delete that, it deletes my, which is not supposed to happen. So somewhere I've got something funky going on. And sometimes I just have to go and isolate the, might be right here where, well, that's closed. Let's close this. Let's see if that'll help. But anyway, when you get to this point, when you get all your walls done and you get them all coplanar, you can just bring them up. You grab your push-pull tool and bring them up. You know, if they're 9 feet, bring them up 9 feet, and then you can, you know, bring these up and bring that up. Now, ideally, you see what happened there? Something's going on with my geometry. geometry that is not correct. Let's just cut this off right here and see if we can get it to raise up. Well, that should be easy enough. And then, yeah, something is acting funky. Probably somewhere there's a minute hole in my here. I know what we can do. We can isolate this way. Maybe we can get that to there we go. And I really hate this because went through all this trouble to raise all these up at the same time, and now I'm having to rig it just to figure out what's going on. Oh, I think I found something right here. The problem with SketchUp is you can only zoom in so close. Ah. See if we can get this to raise up. Yeah, now I can go, well, now once you get them all raised up, you can go back and cut out these little lines, and that's what I was shooting for, was to get most of them to raise up. And I'm not sure what is going on with this, but I'm going to kind of cheat, and not cheat, but we'll figure out a way to get this. Well, look at that. Well, you look at that. You just have to kind of play with it. And then the one thing I don't like too is that all my walls faces are in reverse. So I'm going to have to go select it. I'll select them all at one time, except this one. I can see they're supposed to be lighter, and I'll just have to fix that one, and then this one. Oh, wait a minute, that one was already right. There we go. It should only be, I guess you have to rotate it to see that they're right, because you know you've got shadows. Which is cool. You got your shadows in SketchUp, so it's kind of handy. Let's see. Then this wall. Let's see if we can get this to raise up. What did we do wrong? Somewhere, and it is a little. Well, sometimes you can pull it out of the wall here like this. I can pull this over to there. And then I can pull this over to here, and then I can run me a wall or run me a rectangle up here. Well, I'll just have to do both sides. So it's not perfect, but it's usually user error. You know, I probably did something along the way to but it turns out they were coplanar. It's just sometimes I have run into this where you have a hard time raising a bunch. I think part of it is like here where the walls are not the same thickness and they're kind of offset. Something like that might be bothering SketchUp. I heard its feelings or something. I don't know. It is Google. Google did create this, you know. They're kind of sensitive about stuff, but I'm just kidding. Nobody's watching by now anyway. If you're watching by now, you're as bored, you're as desperate as I am for entertainment. So that's just an example. I'll raise up all these walls, and Might be kind of boring, but I'll go around and get all these walls raised up. And then I guess as long as I'm still broadcasting, I'll keep going while I'm lucky here, while I'm feeling lucky. But I have a feeling part of this is like, let's just see if I can get this. You would have thought, now see, you would have thought that would be an easy stretch. Oh, here. To do that, there shouldn't have been any reason that stretch. Oh, good Lord. You know what? It was, I can't see now. It just, I wonder if that's the way all these are. No, I couldn't see that it had a face on it. And this is what your little, all your little line segments will get you if you don't have them. Your walls will have lines on them on the outside, and I just usually go back and delete all of them. Let's see if I can get this whole section. Would that be something if I could get this whole section to raise up? That's that. I know what you're asking me. Why did you clip all those walls out? Yeah, I know. Because I have gotten lucky before, where let's just isolate. Let's isolate this kitchen mess. There we go. Well, except that. Except that. Let's see if we can pull the trick of okay. Why won't that work? Why can't I intersect faces with selection? No intersection found. Let's try isolating this. Right, well, what I'm going to have to do is isolate this. There we go. What it is, I think what it is where my different thicknesses of walls, it doesn't like that where they intersect, which is no big deal. All I gotta do is bring them up and just delete those extra lines. No biggie. Oops. Now I can take care of this if all these walls are 4.5 inches. See, it's easy because all I gotta do is offset this 4.5 and I've got that made, got that licked. But it didn't like that, did it? Take that back down. So anyway, let's see, let's isolate this one and that one. See if I can get it to raise up. You would think it would work better. I saw it change. You would think, wouldn't you? Such a pain in the tootie. Yeah, SketchUp. This is supposed to be easier than this. I'm pretty sure my lines are coplanar, okay? If you're trying to blame it on me. Let's draw this one again. Now you see, that means these should be able to be raised up now. Yeah. I don't know, what was the magic that I mean, can anybody identify the magic I just produced to make that work? No. It's just fussy sometimes, and this is why I only get into detail with certain people, mainly those willing to pay me to do it, because it's a great tool, but it's not like you see in the movies where you know push a button and voila, magic happens. It's just not the way it works. It's more fussy. It's like everything in life. I'm gonna wish that I had not changed the faces yet either, because now I've got some faces that are good and some that are bad. So what I can do though is wait till I get, and all those lines on the walls came from where I had different line segments on the floor, and that may have been part of my problem. Bad CAD standards, which I will admit can be a problem, or part of the problem. So let's see if I can get this to isolate. Come across here. Yep, got that one. Now you would think this whole thing see if I isolate it from this. Well, I'm just going to bring you up then, since you're being nice. I'm going to bring that one up and this one up. I just want to make progress. Oh, I see. I mean, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now, once I've got them up, see, I can delete all that mess that's I think is causing a problem. I can get rid of this countertop line right here, which I'm surprised happened because that wasn't supposed to do that. Now, one thing that will happen is once I get all the walls up and I get all these pieces clipped out of the top, I will be able to raise the walls up and down, you know, at will, which will be nice. Looking for more little, and so that'll be how I'll test my, this can be raised up. That's my door there. I think, no, that's not my door. Door's in the corner. Let's holding this up over here. This is going to be funky. Let's just let's just isolate that all together. Yeah, and we'll deal with it by itself. Getting easier to fix. I was going to say I'd be surprised if that wasn't already closed. And again, these are just like, I'll go and edit this group. Why does that not have a face? There we go. Sometimes you can kind of force it. I think these are going to probably just be like 2 feet or something, and then they'll have the, or maybe they'll, I don't know how tall, I have to see, and then they'll have the post on top of them. I need to draw a floor. I just realized I don't have a floor, which I meant to do before I raised the walls up. I got all excited. And then there'll be, you know, decorative post, and then up here that'll repeat itself up above. And let's see if we can get this to close. And I'll leave this alone. When we get closer, after I make sure all the walls are correct, then I will go in and actually put cabinets in here. This is just a representation. And then so when I do my floor plan, see, and I flatten this out, I show parallel projection. You see it still looks normal. Turn the perspective back on. And then I can go in here and delete. And then start to work on this funky stuff. Let's see for, no, didn't get lucky, did I? Oh, there we go. Working it out. What I'm doing is as I'm pulling this up, I can use the last wall that I pulled up as a reference. See, like that. I don't have to type in the dimension after you get one kind of, and I'll double check that just to make sure everything's the same height. Let's see what's going on now. What are you picky about now? SketchUp. This angle right here, you don't like that? I'm just kidding. I like SketchUp. It can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be, and usually once you get past these little fussy parts, it this is just it's kind of comical in a way that, I mean, I'm having to go down to the very last wall here, and that means I did something wrong somewhere. Maybe everything stayed. Now I can take those out. The bad news is that I gotta now, if I once I do my section, I'll be cut to do a floor plan. I'll just give you a quick example of that. You know, after I can do these sections. Well, that did it over the whole thing, didn't it? And there we go. See, that's how you cut through. That's how you do your floor plan. You'll do a section, and then you'll turn those off on your where you can't see them, and then you'll do an upper view, and then you'll turn this to parallel projection. And oh, that's right, I do have the section field turned on, but I'll have to go and cut these, take these out, yeah, like that. So pretty cool. And then you set up your views, and we'll do all this later. I just wanted to kind of give you an example. Turn that back on and delete it. But that's how you set up your views for your floor plan. And if I wasn't sending this to the owner as a 3D file, that's what I would do. I would set it up as a 2D file, like a floor plan, and I would send it to him and say, hey, what do you think about this? And so what I may do is, it's 2 o'clock already. I need to eat lunch and get my energy revisited. Let's see, perspective. Let's turn this on. Let's see if there's any more. Okay, so here's a way to test to see if you're finally ready. Just get your push-pull tool and just take a section down. Why is that? Okay, so that tells me this was not cut out. Okay. Now do it again. Oh darn it. See, I should have made see these lines? I should have made the stair a group. Let me do that right quick. Because that's one of the next things I'll do is I'll we'll get this schematic. Why was that? What was that there? We'll get the schematic done. In other words, we'll get all of the detailed dimensions. Your PC is being slowed down. Yeah. Just want to sell me something. Gotta be careful with the eraser too, because you can erase things behind that you didn't mean to erase. Like, you gotta be careful not to drag it. Like if I drug it like that, I'm gonna actually undo that. You can delete things. I have deleted things behind something I didn't mean to, and then later I go and it's gone. You know, I've lost a bunch of stuff before like that, so you gotta be careful. Let's see, here's a line, get rid of that, and here's another line, get rid of that. So now let me test it again. Let me just grab it. Ooh, that looked like a bunch went down. Let's see, where did yeah, I expected these. That's why I shouldn't be putting my doors in like that, especially the exterior doors. There we go. There's something funky right there. What is that? That's weird. Now, the only thing about that is I've got to, I lost my 9 foot, but that's easy. So that's what it should have done. I should have been able to, if I had drawn it cleaner, and I should have been able to raise the walls up. I still don't understand what is, that might have been part of the original problem right here. Something is acting like it's not touching or part of it. So, but here's my, is that my 9 foot right there? Yeah. So I'll raise, that's my reference. I'll pull everything back up to there just for now. And I saw a line. Oops. Okay, so that didn't like that. Why not? Why not? She said that shouldn't have given me a problem. There we go. Okay, so I'm at the point now where I will create a group, because what I want to do now is I want to put the floor back on. And here's where you start building your layers. Okay. Now in SketchUp, you always draw in layer 0. Okay. So when I create a layer, I'm not going to start changing. So I'm going to say first floor walls is my layer. Okay, so that's the group. Basically in SketchUp, your groups, you try to group by layer. So I'm not going to put the geometry, I'm not going to go up here. I'm not going to select this geometry and put it in that layer. Okay, this is one of the most basic things you can learn about SketchUp. I'm not going to do that. Okay, all the geometry stays, and the lines themselves stay in layer 0. I'm going to create a group. Okay, now I'm going to put that group in first floor walls. Okay, so now I can turn off first floor walls or turn them on, but all of my geometry, all the lines themselves are still in layer 0. And I'll tell you, you can really get yourself screwed up if you start putting certain geometry in certain layers, because let me give you an example. If I go in here and I had put, let's make another layer called delete. So I'll know to delete it. Okay. What if I put that wall in this layer called delete, and then I turn off? That was a bad example. Yeah. Well, was that the example I wanted, or was it I turn it off? Yeah. See, now I'll have a situation. The group still goes off, but I don't want to do that. That's the bad example. But I promise you, and I'm not doing a very good job at teaching SketchUp right now, but I'm going to go back here and make sure all this stuff is back on layer 0, because that's what you're supposed to do in SketchUp. If you want to create layers, go ahead, because that's a great way to manage your drawing. Because when I start doing like a floor framing plan, I want to turn off this layer, and I'll be able to save that in the view that I've created. Right now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to go back and create my slab. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and name myself a layer named slab, and then what I'm going to do is turn this upside down. Don't want to do that, or it'll be easier if I just go around the perimeter and trace over this. Make sure I'm hitting my corners. Of course, I'll know when this should, easily close, and a face will be created on top. And then I'll move it down, but it's just easier to draw it this way than trying to draw. I've done it before where I've tried to draw and look up, and it's just not natural. Yay. Now see what I can do is I can get at this angle, and since this stuff is in its own group, I can select all of that stuff and make it its own group. I lost my selection. I should have aimed. And as long as I don't select anything in the other group, which I didn't, I can make this a group, and now I can go ahead and raise it up. I'm just going to make it 12 inches thick for now. I'm going to go edit this. I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to pull it up 12 inches. Okay. Now that's going to be, I'm going to double or click out here outside that. Now I'm going to take this and move it down there as the floor. There. Now when I'm scrolling in and out, see if you don't have anything, sometimes when you're not, there's nothing beyond, you know, SketchUp will scroll really fast if you just got your mouse out here in space. But if you're on, if you got this floor behind your cursor, it scrolls better. And of course then from this I can start to develop my turn down slab. From this I'll go around and I'll thicken the edges, and they'll be deeper and all that kind of stuff. So right, so for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this. Am I still broadcasting? Yeah. I'm going to send this to Johnny and let him look at this plan and go in and play around with the. Now, we could. I'm just going to leave him. I'm going to leave the walls at 9 feet, and you can't. One little trick you can do is to create a section. Is to if I just double click, if I have a group, and this is another reason you want to create groups out of your walls or whatever entities, is because now it's just going to do a section of that. That's how you kind of control what sections are made. But what you can do is you can come in here and let's see, how would I do that? You can make a section, and then you can grab that section and create a group from the slice. And this is how you can create a quick floor plan from a CAD drawing that you've imported. Now I can pull that. If I can select it, now I can delete this section. Let's see, is that gonna, yeah, and you see that line around there? I can grab that and move it over here, and then Johnny can look at that, and if he wants to be able to just see it in 2 dimensions, he can. And what I can do is I can copy both of these back over there. Let's see. They're going to be up in the air, but I can fix that. Yeah. That just means I got to put this up out there. There we go. Like that. So, but you know, if that's annoying, you can just delete it. And it might be, I just wanted to show you how you could create that geometry, you know, so it's probably simpler just to leave it the way it is here. Now the protocol is going to be, and I need to text Johnny because he's probably, I think he had to go. But the protocol is going to be not to make any changes. If you want to make changes in your drawing, that's fine, but this is going to remain the base file. In other words, I don't want to get into a situation where you and I are emailing a file back and forth. So if you want to make this room bigger by 6 inches, just, you know, make a note of it, or you can keep up with it in your drawing. But I feel like, and I know this to be a fact because I had to work with a lot of consultants in the past, electricians, or electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, plumbing engineers, civil engineers, and one person needs to maintain control over the base file. If you start trying to send them back and forth and those be the file, it gets hairy. So if you want to make changes, and I'm sure you will, just let me know what they are. And now, one thing I don't mind is if you want to make the changes in your file and send it back to me, that's fine, but I'm still going to change this one. I'm still going to let this be the file. I think that's probably just a CAD standard we should follow. So anyway, I'm going to end this here, and it's been kind of a long morning, early afternoon, and I hope this, let's see what happened to my, that's weird, I deleted the kitchen. Good thing I saw that. See what you get for screwing around. I think what I'm going to do in the file, well, no, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I hope, well, this wasn't really intended to be entertaining. It was really just documenting the project for the owner so he could go through and see if he did watch this, or if he does watch the whole thing, then he will understand my logic for the things that I've done, and then he can change them appropriately if he wants to. So I'm going to leave this view like this and save it, and I will send it off to him. But anyway, I appreciate, let me go back and see if there's any more last questions. Appreciate anybody who's watched this on and off during the day. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time. The next time I do this project, I will probably be putting in, well, I'll be making any changes that he wants to the floor plan, and then I'll go back and put the doors and windows in the walls, but I don't want to do that until I get all the walls correct. And so then we can go from there. But thanks a bunch, guys. I really appreciate it.